Okay, Peter, well, I'm here to talk to you and introduce the concept of Rumble Live. What is it? How does it work? And when does it start? So this is a show the South Moreton Boxing Club are going to put on the 24th of October this year. Now, we have been running shows for the last 15 years. I think we do very good shows. We transported our shows from, we used to have them at the Regal Centre in Wallingford. We used to call it Rumble at the Regal. Then we transported the Rumbles back to the South Moreton Boxing Club when we expanded our gym and got another building and all that sort of stuff. And they've been running it very successfully here for the last 10 years. And like I say, running our shows for the last 15 years very successfully. Obviously, with this pandemic, the whole of boxing was thrown into chaos. Everything was cancelled. Shows didn't exist. And we've seen the pro game come back. First of all with Top Rank in America, then with Queensberry in the UK, and then with Matchroom as well. And they are developing the behind closed doors concept. I know a lot of people in boxing are just desperate for the ticket money to come back. Can't think of any other way to finance the shows because they don't have TV money. And I know a lot of people are planning shows for October and selling tickets for shows in October. And good luck to them. I really hope that comes off. But just looking around at the landscape at the moment, I don't think the indoor crowds are going to come back in October. I think we're looking at next year. First of all, I want to say to those guys, I hope they're right and I'm wrong. But we thought we want to have a show. The guys are chomping at the bit to get out. Everybody wants to show their skills. So what can we do? How can we have a behind closed door? How can we have a white collar behind closed door with obviously no TV money? So we need the outlet so that people can see the show and we need to generate the interest. And so then we've come up with the concept of Rumble Live. Now, during the lockdown, Peter, as you know, there were a lot of innovations that came to pass in this club. I always think that circumstances like this can bring opportunity, and luckily we partnered up. We partnered up with the KO Cup. We partnered up with SecondsOut. We did a lot of hybrid stuff. We did a lot of online stuff to keep in touch with our members and to keep our club going. During the full event of lockdown. Now we came out of that experience obviously a lot more technologically savvy than we were. I mean, if you would have talked to me about Zoom on March the 23rd when they locked us down, I'd have said, what is it? And when you explained it to me, I'd have said it never worked. But by March the 25th, we had 26 classes running on Zoom. We were all over it and we kept that going. And it was a great, technological boost to us. Now we're back in the gym and we're doing 45 classes a week, but we still have quite a few hybrid classes where people can train online, because obviously some people still don't want to come back to the gym. So they can train online and join those classes, or they can train in the gym. Also, working with yourself, we put the YouTube camera in the gym and the microphones. So we were able to transmit and record what was going on in the ring at South Moreton Boxing Club and get that out on a platform where people can see it. And obviously it's been a really good educational tool for our fighters to be able to see everything they've done, video it, to rip it off YouTube with that 6-hour rewind. So that's been really powerful. And obviously, we were talking the other day, how do we harness this technology? How do we get out of this bind of just waiting for ticket sales to come back? And I think we've come up with a solution. So what we're going to do with Rumble Live is, in a way, we're going to run it the same as a normal show, but it's going to be behind closed doors. So there are going to be certain protocols in place, temperature testing of the corners wearing masks, the referees wearing masks, temperature testing of the boxers, obviously social distancing, during interviews and everything else, but the fighters in the fight, there's going to be social distancing. But we've got to get this concept across and make it exciting. We're going to use the YouTube camera that the KO Cup and SecondsOut have put in the gym, and we're going to broadcast the show live. And not only that, we're going to take some other concepts that have come through in boxing that we can do, the behind the scenes trips to visit the fighters, to get to know them. We're going to announce 8 weeks out from fight night, which is in about 2 weeks' time, we're going to announce our lineup of 10 fights. And there are some great fights in the making. There's some really good guys on this show, and we're going to keep the quality of boxing very high. The fights are going to be over either 3 2-minute rounds, 4 2-minute rounds, or 5 2-minute rounds with the title fights. And we've got a few title fights lined up, some really exciting matches and rematches coming up. So 8 weeks before the show, we will announce the lineup. 5 weeks before the show, all those 20 fighters will start submitting their reports from Fight Camp. These will be 5 minutes a week of them saying what they're doing, how they're feeling. It's a bit of a Rocky montage, showing the training, talking about the whys, the wherefores, how it's going, how they're fitting it in with work, how they feel about boxing on the Behind Closed Doors show. Those 5-minute clips will be edited down by the guys at KO Cup and SecondsOut into 2-minute chunks. So that's 22-minute chunks a week that we'll be throwing out onto the channel to build the fighter's profile, to let people know who these guys are, what they're going through, how they're feeling about it, building up to the fight now. Now, all through that 5-week period, people can vote for People's Champion. They can vote for the guy that they think is putting the most effort, the guy that appeals to them most, the guy that they think is looking the most successful, the guy that they really want to win. Whatever the criteria, that is the People's Champion. They will vote for him over those 5 weeks. And on the night, when we have the big spectacle on the night, and believe me, these cameras are magnificent, the sound quality is magnificent, it's going to be a great show to watch on our YouTube channel. You can also vote for Fight of the Night. There'll be referee's decision on the fights, but at the end of the night, you can vote for Fight of the Night and Best Boxer of the Night. So we're getting as much audience interaction as we can in this situation where they're not actually standing next to the ring having the sweat sprayed on them. But we're going to try and use this concept, make it work, make it an exciting, interactive show. And of course, the other great thing about it is the numbers of audience is unlimited. Obviously all the fighters' friends are going to watch, but lots of other people are going to watch. And we hope lots of other people are going to get involved. And, as many people, obviously we here, only have a 300 limit. It's a very small packed show in our gym. But, other venues, when we were back at the Regal, it was 500, and we've done 1,000-seater places before. With this one, it's unlimited. So as many people as one can watch, and you can also watch from wherever you want. And I think this is going to be useful because, having boxed myself and obviously know what the guys go through, you don't have to sell tickets for this because it's free. But I know what it's like when you're saying, do you want to come watch me box? Do you want to come watch me box? People are like, yeah, that's great. Definitely. Put me down for 1, put me down for 2, put me down for 5. Then it comes to it. And, 20-30% of people, I forgot my uncle's coming down, my auntie's coming down, I've got to go somewhere, the missus won't allow me, whatever it is. But there's going to be no excuse this time because you can look at it on your phone in the pub, you can look at it, on the TV at home, wherever you want. It's totally accessible. So I think that's an exciting thing to roll out. So I kind of feel that boxing has to get used to life behind closed doors. Boxing has to adapt this model, move it on. And, and if we can get this right, a bit like we did in the gym, when we got the Zoom classes right, and then we moved out of the Zoom time into people coming back, which was fantastic. But then we kept the hybrid. So, even if these guys out there planning shows for October are right and the crowds will be back, that's fantastic. We love it. It just means there'll be a crowd in the gym while we do all this broadcasting to the rest of the world. So, in a way, it's like, it could be a hybrid show, could be a behind closed doors only show, could be a few people in. My feeling is it'll just be behind closed doors. But I just think we've got to develop this concept and we've got to go with it. And we've got to make it work and we've got to see, and there will be great opportunities there to make a better show than it was before. So it's a learning process, but luckily we're able to learn from the people that have gone before. But it's still early doors, if you pardon the pun, behind closed doors. So I'm just really excited about what this medium can bring to boxing and how we're going to help develop it.